My name is Gabriel, and today we are going to be putting all of our hard-coded strings into an enum class. So the first thing we're going to do is just delete this test Selenium Java class that we created, and let's start by creating a package for our feature files. So go ahead and call that features, and then another package for our steps, and then we can create a package for utilities. Okay, so let's first create our feature file. Just click new file, and then what we'll name this feature file is AP homepage dot feature. And again, if this feature file doesn't come up with the highlighted syntax, just go ahead and install the plugin for Cucumber. So it's actually going to be in preferences. And navigate to plugins, and the one I have is this one, which I need to update. And for the feature file, you can just put a description. I'm just going to put automation practice for now, and then we can create a scenario, and then just given user navigates to AP, and then actually that is incorrect. It should be user navigates to AP, and then given user navigates to AP, then we just want to verify that we are actually on the page. And it's highlighted yellow because we didn't create these steps yet. So what we're going to do is right click the steps package, create a Java class, and then just put AP steps. And then let's create a hook. So the first hook we're going to create is the @before hook. And this hook pretty much executes the function that we create first before we execute any scenarios. So we can call this function setup, and what we're going to want to do is set up our Chrome driver, but we didn't make that Chrome driver yet. We'll do that when we start working on the utilities enum class. And here we can start with our given hook and paste that from the feature file. And I'm going to name mine similar to the given statement just to keep it consistent. And create the then hook. I'm just going to copy and paste from the feature file. And then if we check here, the highlight's gone. So what we should do now is go to our utilities and then create a new Java class and just name the class util and select enum. And here we can create a first enum. It's going to be a driver type, and then pass in WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, comma, and then driver path, and then we can just give the path. Mine's on my desktop, so and then AP URL, which is just HTTP automation practice. Close it off, and we're getting errors because we didn't create a constructor for the util enum class that takes in a string. So we'll just put label, name the parameter label, and let's go ahead and create a private string. And to get this label, we'll just create a getter method to access that data. So this label equals label, and the reason why I need to use this is because it's going to refer to the class variable, which is this one right here. If I took this out, all I would be doing is setting the parameter equal to itself, which isn't useful. And now we can create a getter method that returns a string, and we can call it getLabel and return that label. And since this is public, this is a public method, we can access it outside of this class. Okay, so now that that's created, let's actually create our WebDriver. For this one, it's going to be public and static, so that way we can use it within any package, and we don't have to create a new instance of the Chrome driver. So public static WebDriver driver, and now let's start using these enums. So let's go to steps, and let's first start setting up the Chrome driver. But first we need to import it. So we use import static, and the package name, which is utilities.util, and let's just import everything. And here we should have access to the driver we created, and now we can start creating our instance. And let's go ahead and maximize the window. And we actually have to set our properties for the driver. So system.setProperty, and it will be driver type.getLabel and driver path.getLabel. Okay, that looks good. And then we also want to navigate to the website, so driver.getURL, and let's pass in AP URL called getLabel. And let's verify that we are actually on this page. And one way we can do that is by verifying that an element is present on the website, and we can use this element here since it's pretty unique. It has seleniumframework.com, and then we'll inspect that, and the div ID is right here, and I'm just going to verify that I have the correct one. Okay, I left caps on. Oops, I forgot the equals. There we go. And then what we're going to do now is verify that we are actually on that page. And to do that, we need to call the assert method from the JUnit class, and I don't think it's imported here. So what we have to do is import it. So we'll import now. It's going to be org.junit assert and then star. And if yours highlights the assert is red, just hover over it and then click add JUnit 3.14 to class path, and then you should be able to use the methods in there. So now let's assert true driver dot find element by xpath, and let's actually paste the xpath into our enums class, and let's separate it. So let's just call this section xpaths, and then we can AP site identifier and paste that in there. And let's not forget the comma up here. And now we can use this in our steps file. And then what we want to do is we can check if it's displayed, or we can get the text and make sure that we are getting the text that we are expecting. I'm going to use the get text, and since get text returns a string, we can use Java's built-in function, which is .contains, and then we'll just pass in this right here. Contains this Selenium framework, and let's actually put that in our enum. So you can name your enums whatever you want. I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then let's just go ahead and call AP site identifier text. Let's put on a new line. And what this is doing is it's finding the element on the page, then it's grabbing the text, and then it's checking to see if the text actually contains this string that we're passing in, which is seleniumframework.com. And if that's true, then it'll pass. And now that's finished, let's create our after hook. This hook executes a function once all of these scenarios are finished running. So I'll name this function complete, and all we're going to do is just close the Chrome driver. So that looks good. Let's go to our feature file and run this. Before we run that, let's grab our Chrome driver, create a new package, and just name it Chrome driver. And then we can drag that in. Okay, and then let's right click on Chrome driver, and then just get path from content root, go to steps, our util class, and then paste that here. And then it should run. Test case is passed. That's good. But let's just make sure that it'll actually fail if the expected text is not there. Let's just actually let's not do that. Let's delete that, and then run it again, and it should fail. Yeah, so it's failing because the XPath is incorrect. So what we're going to do in the next video is select a button, click a button, and we're also going to use the wait method from the WebDriver weight class. That's it for now, so I'll see you in the next one.